Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and it's weekly reading for the week of September 16th to the 22nd. Your cards this week, Gemini, we have your Oracle card, You're Already Doing It. We have the Death card with the Knight of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups with the Eight of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Four of Wands. So I'm just going to get started here by reading out your Oracle card to set the theme for the reading. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Do not question things so much. You are on the right track. You are facing the right way. Stop overthinking it. It's happening. You are closer than you think. You are exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. Do not rush it. Now is not the time to be impatient. Now is the time to walk steady. There is no rush. What you are building is being built. What you have planted soon will blossom. And Gemini, just, look at the forward movement we have in your reading here. You're really moving on from a situation, turning them in the right direction and moving forward, which is really, really great to see. So let's get started here with the Eight of Swords with the Death card. So, with Death card, when that comes in, it really is the energy of completion. There is something coming to an end that is no longer serving your highest purpose. Something must complete in order for you to get back onto your true journey that's going to help you fulfill your purpose in this lifetime. So there's nothing more natural in life than the cycle of birth and death and rebirth. And it's when we stay in situations for longer than what we really are meant to, that's when we can get stuck and become stagnant, and we can stop our spiritual growth. So what the Death card is saying to you this week is that there is the perfect timing now for you to complete a situation, allow it to come full cycle, allow it to come to pass. And the reason may be is that either it's not serving you anymore, or, sorry about the noise there, it may have come to the end of its karmic contract. You may have learned everything that you need to learn from it, and by staying in it, it's no longer serving you at your soul's highest purpose. And with the sun on the horizon here, it says that there's real promise of something better, bigger, better, and brighter just waiting to bloom and to dawn for you. Like we heard in the Oracle card, there is something that's ready to blossom for you. You are heading in the right direction. Face your north. We have all these characters in your reading here, 1, 2, and 3, who are all forward moving and facing in your true north, in your next direction. And through doing that, through allowing the situation to come to pass, there's real growth and transformation on offer, because the Death card says that by releasing a situation that doesn't serve you, that's when we transform, that's when we grow, and that's when we evolve. So it is a general reading, and it can be difficult to say what the situation is, but what I do see in your reading is I really do see strong emotional fulfillment that you're moving into, potentially in a love-based situation. So you could be leaving something that's been holding you back from that, and that doesn't necessarily mean a previous relationship. Sometimes it can be that we're just overworking or focusing too much energy in another area of our life, so there's no room and energy for love. So I feel like you're leaving a situation that has made you feel bound and blinded. Could be, with the Eight of Swords energy, a victim mentality, being a bit of a martyr. Maybe it's just been dwelling on the past hurts, past situations, and through doing that, there's not the space for that person or thing to come in for you. But with the Eight of Swords, there is that kind of energy of that being self-imposed, because there really is a free pathway out in front of this person. That sword has been removed, but this character here, with the blindfold on and the bindings, can't actually detect that pathway is clear. It's almost like they're holding themselves in it. Swords is the energy of the intellect too, so it can just be that over-analysing, over-intellectualising, overthinking everything. So I think what the Death card is saying is just release that energy, Release that overthinking, release the victim mentality, allow your slate to be wiped clear, allow something that might be holding you back to complete, to surrender to that process. And through doing that, that's when the space will be cleared for something much more fulfilling and joyful to enter into your life. So next up, let's look at the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So I just want to point out too, we've got two number 8s in your reading here. 8 being the number of power and mastery. So I feel this strongly says that whatever the situation is that you're moving on from, that you did master it. Like I said, the lesson, whatever you needed to learn from it, is complete. You have mastered it, and now you need to use your inner power to move on to something better for you. And that could have been the feeling that you were out of power before. Well, we must step into our power and move forth. That's what the Death card is saying, that it's time for you to do, to release, step into a powerful position and move on. In the Eight of Cups, we see somebody who is moving on from a situation that no longer fulfilled them on an emotional level. So in an Eight of Cups reality, we have a certain amount of fulfillment. There's 8 cups lined up here, but there's one fundamental piece of the jigsaw missing. So this could be a situation, could have been a job where, you had great relationship with the colleagues, you really enjoyed your job, but, you didn't have any opportunity for progression, or the pay wasn't right. Could have been a previous situation where you got on well with your partner, had a good friendship, but essentially your values were different, and if you didn't already have children, you knew that if you brought them up, you would have different ideas about that. Maybe the chemistry was gone in your relationship. It's about having, a certain amount of base things, but something fundamental missing, something that is a non-negotiable that you can't quite get past. So here we have somebody who has already turned their back and has decided to move forward and seek out that cup, because what we all truly desire in our life is a 9 or 10 of cups reality, something that we feel completely fulfilled and abundant and joyful in, not something where there's just that niggling piece missing. And as the moon is the reminder here that deep down, intuitively, in your gut, you know what you're missing, and you know what you're seeking. And I feel that what you're really choosing to do is move on and find that missing cup. So if we look here, it's like the Knight of Cups. He has the missing piece. So it's possible that this week that somebody could come in and offer you that missing piece. Maybe it is an offer of love. Maybe it is an offer of work that's going to fulfill you. Either way, I do feel that there's a opportunity that missing piece could be found this week. The alternative reading for this could be that you feel like somebody has taken that missing piece from you, and that is why you're choosing to leave. But with the other cards in the reading here, they look so positive and bright. I actually feel like there could definitely be an offer of that missing piece that's going to give you, let's see, 8 cups plus the missing one, a 9 of Cups reality. We're moving on to something that's much more complete. We're finding the last pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. And yeah, like I said, we do have these 1, 2, 3, and 4, these people that are forward moving in a direction to seek and find their fulfillment. So, last cards here. We have the 4 of Wands and we have the Queen of Cups. So, the Queen of Cups is somebody who's absolutely not going to settle for anything less. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is compassionate and mature in her queen energy. And, if you look at her cup, it's beautiful and gilded, and, this is where she keeps her emotions. And what it says is that she has really achieved that place of emotional abundance, joy, happiness, all of those things. So I feel like if an offer does come in for you this week, that kind of starts to complete your picture, starts to give you that fulfillment and contentment of a Nine of Cups reality, that it has the potential to become, see how it's almost like all adorned and bejeweled here. It's almost like something that might seem like a simple offer has the ability to become a beautiful offer really, really quickly. And with that, with the Four of Wands here, I'm just simply reading the energies of the cards here, guys, but this offer could have the potential to go all the way. If it's a love situation, we're talking engagement and marriage, or a life partner situation. If you do think this is something that like fulfillment in a work context, maybe you're going to climb right up that ladder, and you know there'll be a certain amount of celebration, celebrating your projects, your efforts, your contribution that you can bring to that. Also under that Four of Wands energy, guys, there is the element of synchronicity in your reading this week. I feel that this offer that's potentially coming in for you could come out of nowhere. So I would expect the unexpected. You know, you might not see this coming. You know, if it's a love situation, it might be someone that you didn't normally look at, but something's going to make you look at them in a different way. And I think that, you know, if you do accept this offer, it's going to grow very quickly and be quite a beautiful thing. So look out for the signs. You know, we have the 11-11 formation in the Four of Wands, so there could be that element of universal signs coming in. You know, you might just, when you see that person and you look in their eyes, you will know. That's all I'm just going to say about that. So Gemini, that's what I have for you. You are moving on, and you're moving towards a much brighter reality. You're moving towards completing your cups, moving on to a Nine of Cups reality, something that's going to be abundant and joyful on an emotional level, something that could go all the way and even lead to a lifelong commitment for you. Well, Gemini, that's what I have for you this week. Feel free to comment on the video. I'd love to know how this is playing out in your daily life. Keep in mind it is a general reading. It won't resonate for every Gemini out there, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.